The Artists in Residence program in Everglades National Park, known as AIRIE, is a nonprofit organization originally founded in 2001 when the $8 billion Everglades Restoration Bill was passed by the U.S. Congress. Our mission is to inform, connect, and support artists, writers, curators, and musicians by providing month-long residencies in the Everglades National Park, known for its rich wildlife, particularly large wading birds, and noted as the only place in the world where both alligators and crocodiles coexist. The Greater Everglades watershed region, starting in Central Florida and ending in Florida Bay, is an imperiled ecosystem due to numerous problems, primarily water management and habitat loss. AIRIE creates opportunities for artists to increase environmental awareness through outreach events and exhibitions, and was inspired by the risk-taking work of Robert Chambers, who is best known for his large-scale sculptures and installations which bring together whimsy and humor with scientific, mechanical, and industrial acumen. Chambers grew up immersed in scientific inquiry as the son of a cellular molecular physiologist and a metalworks sculptor. With AIRIE's support of an Artworks grant from the National Endowment for the Arts, or NEA, he created a new body of work combining elements such as biomimicry, 3D printing, and principles of evolutionary biology to express the urgency of conserving the delicate relationships of natural phenomena and indigenous species that make up the Florida Everglades.
After standing in the scrub brush, being surrounded by pines and beautiful sounds of birds and cricket frogs, I was thinking what could be realized with the Serenoa repens. One thing that happened was I was thinking about a portmanteau of Serenoa and repens, which has to do with creeping and crawling like a snake or a serpent. And the name of the project became Serepens.
We organized opportunities for Chambers to interact with several local environmental groups, but it was the extremely impressive research team at Archbold Biological Station which ultimately captivated his imagination with information about the remarkable tenacity of the saw palmetto, or Serenoa repens, which can live upwards of 5,000 years, thanks to its expansive clonal root system and adaptability to fire and water.
I was thinking of ways to educate the public to become excited about a fairly quiet-looking palm. But at the Archbold camp is where it all came together when Hilary Swain was talking about this unusual plant, its ecology, the connections of the scientists who have been studying hydrology in the area, the entomologists, the naturalists, and it all came together. But I was at the top and the bottom, the head and the tail of the Everglades River of Grass. I started working with people from the RDF lab, robotics design and fabrication labs. I also started going to the MBIS labs. Once I had an idea of what I wanted to do, which was the Serenoa repens project, I thought of how I would communicate to the public the necessity or the need for bringing back this plant or to create awareness about it. So I was thinking about MakerBots and PLA, which is a cellulose sugar-based compound that can 3D print forms. Then I was thinking about 3D printing the tiny quarter-inch long micro wasp, one of the super pollinators of the inflorescence, the flower mass of this amazing plant, which is the only one of its genus, Serenoa repens. So I wanted to supersize the insect to create an allure to make you think about the paddle leg bits that would help pollinate the stamen and the pistil.
For this exhibition, Chambers stylized models of this root system and pollinators supported by videos, drawings, graphs, and specimens on loan from the South Florida Collections Management Center. The giant insects and berries are made of polylactic acid, a non-toxic filament resin made of sugar derived from starches found in foods.
This CNC machine, which is making tables, which will be educational platforms, milled with shapes done on this Techno 4896 CNC robotic table that would be using fusion programs. These table forms that would have these milled tops with insects, with Serenoa repens shapes, with oolitic limestone forms and keystone forms, which is what is under the Serenoa repens in the dry areas in most of Florida. I thought of how to communicate to the public with all these objects made in a new art form, a new way of communicating science and art would be these 3D printers. So I went out of my safe zone. Since I'm a trained sculptor, I'm now in a new medium. I'm in a whole new place that could go anywhere. Through the conduit of contemporary art, through the conduit of art. The Serenoa repens project is to cause people to want to reseed and to create a new habitat in the tundra.
While visiting this innovative exhibition merging art and science in the AIRIE Nest Gallery, one can see saw palmettos growing right outside of the window while learning about the plant and the importance of preserving biodiversity in the Florida Everglades. Through the conduit of contemporary art, this whole impressive process is an effort to popularize ecological research to create environmental awareness of our rapidly changing planet.